is 12/8/2024/12 because the Spirit asked me to say that. I just want to tell you some of this dream because I don't want to leave because the Great Mother wants me to say some of it. So I'll tell you some of it. It's more parts to it, but she does want me to tell you this one particular part. Um, First part was I dreamed that I was in this building and I was with another lady. And so we went into this room. So we just passing into these different portals. That's what they were. So I passed and we go into this room and it was a glass door, double glass door. So we go in and it was a church. And so the door's closed, and a man is standing there and he's the preacher, the pastor, or whomever. And so we sit down, me and this lady, and then I say, oh shit, I ain't supposed to be in this church. I gotta get up and get out of here. I ain't supposed to be in here. So I get up and I go to the door. Now the other lady, she's still sitting in there. So I get up and I go to open the door, but the door is locked. And I'm like, what the heck they locked the door for? But there's the second thing, like the first dream, the lock was on the inside of the door. So I'm trying to open the door. And then there was a lady on the outside, and I could hear her say, it's locked. And I said, let me out of here because I need to come out of here. So she turns her head to ignore me because she wasn't going to let me out this room. So I'm saying to her, I need to come out of here. I don't feel well. Let me out. I can't stay in here. She chose to ignore me, so she don't want to let me out. Well, when she did that, it set something up inside me. I got to pulling at this lock, and I'm pulling and I'm tugging. And finally, I bust that door open and I walk out of this room. And then there were women on the outside, and there were people that was on the outside of this building, and I could see them through the window. But the place was selling food too, So then the people were standing there waiting on the food, and I could smell the food cooking. And then all of a sudden, I had the ability to shut this place down. So I take my hand and hold it up to bring the blinds down and to close the blinds. And then somebody put they put a close sign on the window. And so shut the place down. So then I go and I start to talk to these other women. Now, it's only women outside here, and they were all sisters. There were no pale faces, period, because we were all dark-skinned people. So I'm telling the other women, I'm saying, what's going on here? What is this place? And one of the ladies was saying something that the men owned it or something. I said, well, matriarch is getting ready to matriarch is getting ready. We said we can do this. I said we're going to do this. I said matriarch is going to stand up or run this place. I think that's the way I put it. But I just wanted to say this. While I was in this church, which they say your body is the church, now the Spirit is guiding me to tell you exactly what the heck is going on. And they say, you are the church. You're the church, and you're in this body. What had happened was this body, we getting ready to come out of this body. And so the first time I had the dream, they locked the door. I knew I was coming out, but it didn't faze me because the guy locked the door. I didn't try to get out. I just continued to stand at the podium to write, me and the other people that was with me. But then I woke up out the dream. That was it. But before I woke up, I'm thinking to myself, I'm standing at the podium. I'm thinking, oh, you can, because he said that we weren't in agreement with the ones on the outside. So we had to stay there because we refused to cooperate with them. And I just happened to be one of those people. But when he did close the door, I'm thinking to myself in my mind, in my dream, is that, oh, you can close that door if you want to. But when it's time to get up out of this, out of here, it ain't nothing you can do to stop me. Oh, because I'm going to get up out of here. So this is the same thing, but it showed to me this time they couldn't hold you. They couldn't hold me. So it was time to get up and leave the church, which is the body. And then that's it. It's time to go. But that part of the dream about the matriarch and how, oh, it's time. It ain't no holding us back. And so we are in transformation. They can't stop us. But then, hold on now, there was another part of the dream that woke me up, and I'm getting that mother want me to tell you this dream. Now I'm gonna try to remember it as best as I could. This is the dream that woke me up, that I had to get up out of my bed because it was a dream that, oh my gosh, I just had to get up. I could not go back to sleep. Dream went like this. Now, I have an ex, his name is Jacob, and he was in my dream this time. He would pop up in my dream periodically when mother wants to express to me about the name Jacob and, whatever. But he was in my dream. Well, he heard, and we both heard this sound outside. Like, it was a commotion. And I have two female cats and I have one male cat. But my friend went outside and he said it was the cats. The male cat had something happen to him where his head was severed. So he didn't have no head now. He went and got the cat, and the cat's head, I don't know how, don't ask me how, y'all. I don't know. He went and brought the cat to me. But the head was in the ceiling. And I was like, who did this? And I watched the cat's head, the male cat's head, just move around in the ceiling. Don't ask me how, but that's what happened in the dream. And I asked my friend Jacob, I said, what happened? Who did this to him? Who did this? Who did this to him? I opened the door. It was my female cat. And she had his head, even though his head was in the ceiling, she had the male cat's head in her mouth. And she was walking with it. Mother just wanted me to tell you that shit. I had to tell it to you because she wanted me to let you know. So I will tell you the rest of the dream, but this was something that she wanted me to tell you the first part. And as I sit there, she wanted to let you know that patriarchal stuff is over. She had that male cat head in her mouth. That was my female cat. That was the lioness, y'all. Yeah, but anyway, I gotta go.